Okay, can everybody see my presentation? Awesome. Okay, so welcome to the Inspire Beautiful Team call. It is February 6th, 2019, and this is my third Wednesday in a row not working. So this is kind of nice to end my days this way and seeing you guys, but I know like 2 weeks ago when I didn't speak to anybody all day, I blabbed your guys' ears off. So I will try to be more dialed in today. I'm really excited to share on this topic, confidently sharing on social media. I think that this is something that I've definitely grown in the last, I would say 6 months or so. And I've really been trying to learn more about how to share with you all how to best share, how to brand yourself, how to share your story. Because I feel like a lot of times that we can come into coaching and being like, I don't have a story. I just wanted to try it. Because I know that that's how I felt too. So gonna kind of give you some tips, tricks today, ask you some driving questions. This will obviously be recorded so you can go back and watch, and I can always share the slides too, because I do actually have questions and tips or just, snap pictures as you go. And if you're on your computer, I'm gonna be asking you guys to drop a couple things into the chat here in a minute. So as always, we're going to kick things off with a Success Club check-in. Nikki is leading our board at 6, Shay 2, Andrea 2, and I am waiting for mine to come in. So that was a hopeful one. I should have put a little asterisk on there. So it is still early in the month. We are only 6 days in, but also keep in mind that February is a short month. It's also Team Cup month. So the hustle is real. All right, some housekeeping items for success starters. So success starters, what that is hitting Success Club your first 3 months in the business. If you haven't hit Success Club yet, it was just announced today, breaking news. It's in your coach office to read about in the FAQs. But from what I'm understanding, it's resetting. So if you haven't hit Success Club yet, but you've been in the business for longer than 3 months, it's going to reset and you have the opportunity to hit Success Starters. That's what I'm understanding from it. Don't quote me on it. Definitely read through the FAQs. But if you are in that Success Starters program and you hit Success Club this month, you will get to be in on an exclusive interview with a top 10 coach, Ashley Smith. She is actually the creator of the B brand headbands. She's just a wonderful, wonderful person. I don't know her, but I feel like I do through social media. So definitely check out Ashley Smith Fitness if you're like, what is that? Or who is she? So that's the Success Starters incentive. The next thing that I want to touch on is Super Weekend is coming up in April. You saw a lot of us went in January. I just want it to be on your radar. And I haven't checked this week, but when I was looking for event locations, there weren't any up yet for April. So as soon as I start seeing those trickle in, I'll definitely be sure to let you guys know. Summit is July 11th through the 14th. So many of you guys are coming, and I am so thrilled to have so many amazing women from my team going, and there will be more kind of news and updates to share on that as it gets closer. But if you have not purchased your ticket yet and you're like, what is Summit? Definitely reach out to me. It's our biggest coaching event. It's in Indy this year. It was in Indy last year. We're going to have a photo shoot. I'm going to have team swag for you. There are group workouts with the super trainers. And when I say group workouts, I mean the first workout, you're in a room with probably at least 1,000 people. And then the second one, you are all out on the streets of Indy. They block off the streets and they have every single super trainer come out for a 10-minute block. And you're all doing the workout together. It's so, so fun. And you learn so much. And this year there's different tracks for learning about your business. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on is your coach profile in your office. So Brittany Basden posted about this in the Run Wild Hustle and Shine page a couple of weeks ago. And there's a little video that kind of walks you through exactly what you need to do for this. But essentially, it's making your clients be able to contact you and reach out to you way easier than ever before. So when they log onto their Beachbody On Demand, your picture will pop up for the first time if your profile is updated. So I went in and I updated my profile, and then I also updated John's profile because they do, use and manage his account. So of course I put in a picture of John and I on that one. And then I just put a picture of me on mine. It's so simple to do. And really, I didn't fill it in much. I can even go in and kind of like screenshot exactly what I typed, but it even like comes like with a preset blurb, like, hello, I'm your Beachbody coach, blah, blah, blah. And then I just wrote like, I've been a coach since January 2017. I have an extensive knowledge. I run groups on Facebook. Please reach out if you need anything. And I just added in like a quick sentence like that. And then it has like check marks. And then you can also like put in your Instagram handle and your Facebook login. So it makes it really easy, especially when you're Emerald and you're getting those free leads. It is a great tool for those free leads to be able to contact you. All right. Moving on to the meat of our call. Okay, so social media. I want you to understand two things. It takes time to grow your social media. It takes time to gain trust with your audience, and it takes time to then build those relationships. It's not going to happen overnight. And I'm sure that you all have gotten those super salesy, messages in your inbox saying like, hey, buy this, or, this wrap, or it works, or, whatever it may be. And that's not us. That's not our business. And if you have that mindset that it's going to be a quick thing, you've got to shift that. And you've got to be patient with this. The success of your business counts on your consistency. So right now, if you're on your computer, I want you to put in the chat some of your fears when it comes to social media. Either some of your limiting beliefs, what you feel you struggle with, your fears about it. Just drop a couple into the chat. My life isn't interesting. Is anything that you feel like you lack in when it comes to social media? Rejection. Yeah, absolutely. You don't have enough followers. Yep, that's a big one. Okay, keep dropping them in. Bore others. Okay, I love those. If you keep thinking of more, keep dropping those in too. All right, so we're going to do a quick little social media gut check for you. If this business required you to be present on social media every single day with posting in your workouts and your shakes and sharing your life, would you be fired or would you still have a job? Many of you on this call, because you guys are my go-to show-ups every time on this call, you guys are rocking it. You are sharing your workout clips every single day. You're either sharing your shake or your Energize or anything. But I want you to think like if like social media was like hand in hand when you sign up to be a Beachbody coach, would you be fired for how you're showing up on social media? So some things to think about. Are you posting 4 to 6 physical pictures on your feed? Are you sharing your workouts, your shakes, your Energize daily on your story? I'm not super good about sharing my shakes anymore, and I'm trying to get a little bit better. I used to talk about them all the time and just call them my superfood shakes. I share more so my Energize now. So that's, that was like a quick gut check for me. Are you talking about the boot camp daily? Something. Just something, whether it's typed out on your workout, like as a caption, talking about your February group, your boot camp, whatever you call it, your virtual gym, like I'm showing up for my virtual gym today. Because, and I'll get into this, you can't invite if you're not talking about it, because then when you go to invite, then it makes it weird and kind of icky. And then that's when the salesy stuff kind of starts. Are you being active in the boot camp, whether it's your boot camp or my boot camp or your upline's boot camp? Like, are you showing up and being active and being a leader? Because more often than not, you guys have a couple of clients in these groups and they didn't sign up for me. They didn't sign up with me. They signed up for you. And this is great practice for you for when you do move to run your own boot camp. And I know that I see Andrea and Bethany and Marissa who are off running their own February group right now. And they included me in that. And they are showing up. Like, I've never seen these girls show up to a boot camp because it's theirs. So if you're not running your own yet and you're about to in March, you need to start showing up as that leader, even just posting like your sweaty selfie after, chiming in on other people's posts, because that's what your job requirement is when you are running your own groups. Are you talking for more than 5 frames at a time for the majority of your story? If your answer is yes, girlfriend, you gotta switch it up. You got to. If you're talking about something important, like, by all means, but make sure that you try to type some things, put a GIF, put a poll, put a hashtag, so that it keeps your audience's eyes engaged with whatever you're doing. But if you're going frame after frame after frame after frame for 5+ frames, chances are I'm probably going to click through. And so will your audience. And think about it. Your audience might be at work all day. And then if they get on social media at night and they're scrolling through everybody's short stories, does your story have variety? Or is it like at 10 o'clock, you took 3 frames of yourself. And then at 11 o'clock, you took 3 frames of yourself. And then at noon, you took 3 frames of yourself. Because then when they come and, are scrolling at night, what are they seeing? They're not seeing your progression of your day. Instead, they're just seeing you talking, you talking, you talking, you talking, you talking. So that's kind of like a little gut check that I want you to think about. Like, how can you keep your audience from clicking through? Flip your screen back and forth, be showing your meal, flip it back to your face, whatever it may be. And I'm a big fan of doing the words, because then sometimes too, people are at work and they're scrolling. And if you don't have any words, then they're not going to probably go back and listen to what you're saying. So if you can type out a little bit about what you're talking about, that's always better. And then my final point for this is, guess what? We are all busy. You ask anyone, hey, how you doing? How you been? Oh, so busy. It's like the response that you get 99% of the time when you are talking to somebody. So great, share it. People are going to relate to your busy lifestyle. I am walking and talking in my parking lot, in my car, like I am on the move. I am in the kitchen and I am just moving with my story to share as much as I'm comfortable with. And I've gotten very comfortable with sharing a lot of my life on social media. But if you're feeling like, your life isn't interesting, like, great, you're going to relate to 99% of the population who doesn't have a very interesting life, like just like me. Like I sat in this 700 square foot apartment all day today. My day was not interesting at all, but I still am sharing and I'm still showing up. And literally somebody commented today about how they love that I wear a robe and that I'm the only person in the world besides their mom that they know that wears a robe. And I connected with somebody sitting and doing nothing today. So never let that self-doubt of like, I'm just a boring human, like run you not showing up on social media, because if you are wearing a robe, you might just connect with somebody. All right. I'm going to check the chat after. Okay. So what are your 5 and what are you known for? If you were to ask your mom, your aunt, your grandma, your best friend, your husband, what do you know me? Like, what do you know about me? And chances are they're going to say, oh, she's a teacher. Oh, she's in marketing. Oh, she's a nurse. But they're going to say more than that. They're going to say, oh my gosh, she loves pineapples. She loves her dog. She loves her bunnies. Like, they're going to say something. So for example, my, 5+ is going to be John, marriage, newlywed kind of life, teaching, health and wellness is going to be one of those. I love to cook, my family, my friends, and I love to travel when I can. So I want you just to think about, what would somebody say? And health and wellness should be in there because you are a health and wellness coach. But what else defines you? Because when I look at your Instagram, that's what I should see in your feed. I shouldn't just see selfie, 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 selfie. For me, when I come to that kind of profile, I'm kind of bored. Like I want to be able to relate to whoever I'm connecting with on some sort of a level. And if when I started off, would have come to somebody's profile, Mackenzie's profile, and I would have seen fitness, 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 I would have been so turned off because that's not me. I wasn't a big like fitness person when I first started off. People are looking for that connection. So if you're stuck and you're only sharing Beachbody and you're only getting on to share those little blurbs, you've got to step out of that comfort zone and you've got to share that you as a person have more to offer than just the boot camps, than just the shakes, than just the Energize, that you are a real person and they're going to connect with you on such a deeper level. They're going to stick around and they're probably going to become a coach. I have a lot of you guys on here that started off in the boot camps and you stuck around, and I hope and pray that it's because I was a real person and you connected with me on some other level. So you want to create that connection. So I have all these questions here, and I'm just going to own this. I didn't write these questions. I got them from Jenna Kutcher, whatever her name is on her Gold Digger podcast. I signed up for some of her emails and I got this, and I kind of tweaked a couple of the questions to make it relate to us and our business. So I want you to ask yourself, how can I create more of a connection with my audience? And if you want to take a screenshot of this, whatever you need to do, but what's a new way that I can share my workouts? Could I use a new app? Like there are tons of cool video apps, you guys. There are some that put like fonts over it. There are some that put different kind of music. So there's some to speed it up. There's the Unfold app where you can do a bunch of them all combined. Could you kind of play around with challenging other coaches like you see a lot of us do in the water challenge, but be spontaneous, tag a couple of us. I see coaches do this all the time when they like sing and have like a little dance party before their workout and they like challenge each other. Like maybe you're going to, drop and do, 10 burpees and you want to challenge a couple of us to do it with you. That's going to make your Instagram seem more fun and more engaging. Just more than a sweaty selfie. I am all about consistency, and I will post a sweaty selfie on my Instagram story when I'm done saying what day I'm on. That's just my thing. That's just what I do. And I'm not saying to avoid that, but on your actual feed, make sure that you're doing more than a sweaty selfie. Can you go into your vault of images on your iPhone and find something that has a story behind it? I know that Amanda talked about this in her Leadership Live last week about how she'll just kind of have a bunch of her images ready to go. And I mean, you'll even see me. I'll pull pictures from my honeymoon. I'll pull pictures from last summit. I'll pull pictures from, Paris or London or something, or old, pictures, and I'll just reuse them. If a picture that you posted 3 months ago was amazing, reuse it. Like you'll change up the caption, but it's totally fine to reuse content. It's not a big deal at all. How can you show you? I want you to think, how can I show me? Do you have to take a selfie? Do you have to grab, your Instagram husband? There's this commercial out and I just die because that's like John to a T. Whenever he's around, I'm like, okay, I have this idea for a picture, but you've got to get it. And he's just like, he knows that that's like life. And I have a self timer. I have a mini tripod. Start investing in a couple things. Before I had this ring light that Mackenzie gifted me, I had a little one that clips on my phone. Even something like that helped. I know that they even have like mini ones like for kind of like makeup things that you can get. Save the food pics for your Instagram story. I'm going to say that one more time. Save your food pics for your Instagram story. Unless you're in it. So are you holding the bowl? Are you chopping the food? Do you have the pot? People want to see you. People relate so much more to you. And I'm sure if you went through your feed and looked at like when you posted a quote, posted a food pic, and posted a picture of you, which one got the most engagement? The picture of you did. Okay. Now I follow a ton of foodies, and my neighbor is Eat Well with Sari. And I know that a lot of you guys started following her for her recipes. Her food pictures are gorgeous. That's what she does. So unless you've got this amazing light with this all white and this cool fork and like, making it very visually appealing, which typically none of us are really like that big of foodie people. Save it for your Instagram story unless you're in it. People connect with you, not with your food. Share the recipe on your Instagram stories. Give your followers a sneak peek behind the scenes. So if you're stuck on like, ooh, I'm so boring, what do I share? Where do you work? What's your morning routine look like? What does your night routine look like? I know Ashley always loves to share every once in a while either her whole morning routine or her whole night routine, like down to skincare and like when she brushes her teeth and like the toothpaste that she uses. Like, great. People love watching Instagram stories, and it's like a reality TV show to them. You might use an all natural toothpaste that somebody might be like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to try an all natural toothpaste. I don't know. So don't ever underestimate that your life can't add value to someone. Hide the labels. So if you are making your shake and you like want to do like a behind the scenes of like what goes in my superfoods, try to hide labels. Create that curiosity marketing. Again, we don't want to be that walking billboard for Beachbody. And then what's something that your followers might not know about you? Your pets, your kids, your home, your favorite vacation spots, the books that you're reading, the podcasts, anything. Literally, the sky is the limit. So we are trying to become storytellers. We're trying to tell this very compelling story of our life. So I want you to start crafting your story. And you're like, Janine, like I just got into this. Like I don't have a cool story. And honestly, like that's what I thought too. And the longer that I'm in this and the more that like I hear other people's stories, it starts to inspire me like for mine. And, I was that girl in high school that I didn't have a close, tight-knit group of girlfriends. Girls were mean to me. I was kind of scattered between friend groups. And like there were so many times, and I actually just talked to my parents about this. I would get home from like parties in high school and I would just sit in my mom's room with a bucket of ice cream with her and crying, and my dad would just walk out, close the door and go watch TV. And I just said to him, I said, like what even? And so like that's part of my story. So like when I can share pieces of that, and then it goes further like into college and like finding a friend group, and then I can start talking about my fitness and how I just would be like, use any excuse, like, nope, I don't want to go walk to a gym. It's cold outside. Or I would walk into a gym and not know what to do. Any little bits that then you can start crafting into that story about your health and wellness journey and your transformation up until this point. Even if you've only been a coach or with me for a month, you still have gained something from this. The business opportunity and what's it done for you. You're on this call right now or you're watching the recording. That's something that you can share. That's part of your story. That's showing up. That's something that you can write about. Go back to your why. You all filled out an About Me questionnaire. And if you ever want to see what you typed for your why, and I keep those for very specific reasons, I will always share that with you if that's something that you want to see. And craft stories from that. I like to do some gut checks with coaches. Like if they're like, I'm kind of like not feeling it, I go back into all your questionnaires and I copy and paste your why and I will send it right to you and we'll talk about it. So your feed should be that beautiful story, sharing your passions, the dreams that you're chasing, the struggles that you have and how you're overcoming them. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more because we're meant to be a positive light that inspires and then creates all these authentic connections. Okay, so just a couple notes on enhancing your visuals. And these might be no-brainers to you, but it's always, always, always important to call these out. Natural light, ring light, anything to make your face brighter. Don't take a picture with your with the window behind you. It's just not going to look good. Practice posing. As you're walking by a full-length mirror, like stand, like which leg looks better where. And honestly, like when John's taking my pictures, he'll tell me which leg looks better forward. And so now I know, like if I'm taking a full body shot, which leg to put forward just because I've practiced. Like it's not a silly thing to think about because like we're creating this like magazine type storefront with our feed and they should be very visually appealing. Choose a color scheme for your grid. And I know I've talked about the Lightroom presets or the VSCO presets, anything like that. And you can always buy them on Etsy. And if you're confused about that, drop it into the comments and I can address that after. But choose something that matches you your brand and your surroundings. So if you are this like bright, colorful person and you wear bright colors all the time, you're probably going to want to pick a filter that pops out those colors. If you like the darks and the grays and the whatever, you are probably going to, choose a little bit of a darker one. Right now, like I have a bright one for the summer and I have a warm one for the winter, because I live in Michigan and I literally hate being pale and I hate seeing myself so pale in the winter. So I pick a warm filter, and people comment all the time how I look so tan. I'm like, it's a filter. I'm not this tan. And it's just something that helps me. And also if you want your pictures to be white and black and airy and so light, but your whole house is like browns and blues, it's not going to work. You're going to have to go and find a white wall every time that you want to take a picture. So be mindful of where you take a majority of your pictures and how that filter is going to go with it. Get a freaking transformation. The best thing about our job is that we are like paid to work out and to work on ourselves. And I just posted a transformation last night and I need to get better at, my goal is to post a transformation every Tuesday. Whether it's me, whether it's a client, whether it's an old one, whether it's a side-by-side face, whether it's a mindset transformation, any side-by-side, because when people come to my grid, I want them to see some sort of a transformation so that they know that I have something to offer them. And I just posted in our team page a screenshot of kind of how I invite after I post a transformation. So today I did not invite from my Instagram stories. I just invited from that transformation picture. And finally, would your picture stop your scroll? You guys all scroll social media. We all do. And if you're just going, and something makes you stop. I'm not saying that every single picture has to be this mind-blowing, beautiful picture, but it should have like all of these qualities to make it a good, solid picture that's going to stop your potential client's scroll. So this, oh my gosh, I love all of these and all of these ideas, because it's like, well, what am I supposed to even talk about in my captions? What kind of stories? You're telling me to be this storyteller, but I don't even know where to start. So you should think about 4 different categories when you're posting. You should think, how can I help a future client? How can I help a future coach? How can I talk about my vision? And how can I talk about my why? And underneath these, I have a ton of different ideas for you to just start crafting. And you guys, I've seen coaches do this. And if your life needs this, do it. There is no shame in, on a Sunday, planning out all your captions and all your posts. Take 30 minutes, 45 minutes and say, on Mondays, I want to talk about how I motivate myself to help my future clients. Tuesdays is going to be a transformation to talk about, my struggles and where I am now. Wednesdays is going to be my Woman Crush Wednesdays, and I'm going to talk about coaching and my team, and then Thursdays is going to be where I talk about my vision. Fridays is going to be where I talk about my why. There's so many different categories. And if you're like stuck and this is like a foreign thing for you, plan it out. Plan out, okay, I know I'm going to take Friday off from posting. So plan out your other days, team calls, meetings, our team goals. Even if you've only been a coach for a month, our vision. You've been around here long enough. You've hopped on a Run Wild Hustle Shine call. You've talked with me. That we are moving and shaking this year and that we've got a big vision. And to accomplish that, we've all got to work together. Talk about it. Talk about this sisterhood that we've created and why we come together, because I can't help all the people that you can help. We're not the same person. Talk about that. Talk about your why you're here, your vision. What do you want to accomplish? What could one weekly paycheck do for you? That's part of your vision. That's part of your why. So I hope that these topics kind of help you kind of refocus and give you like a plethora of ideas to post on. You've got to build your confidence and get vulnerable. And if you feel held back when you're posting on social media because either you're brand new, you feel like, people don't want to hear from you, you have all these limiting beliefs in your head, you've got to stop. And the first thing that you need to do is personal development. Do, read, listen, personal development. I promise if you pour personal development into your life, it will help you so much in your posting. I know that Andrea does this. I know that Amanda does this. When they are listening to PD, if something sticks out to them, they then use that to craft their caption and how it relates to them. It's perfect. It helps your social media, but it also helps that confidence factor. Have the pay it forward mindset. Have that mindset of, if I post this, I know that then I am going to pay it forward to someone. Someone needs to see this. If you post like that and like, I have a potential coach that needs to see this post. I have a potential client that needs to see this. I am just paying it forward. Post it. Have that mindset that with your post, you're going to speak to someone. And just takes practice, you guys. The more that you do it, the more comfortable that you'll be. So don't be afraid if a post flops. There's like, I've had so many posts where I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have posted that, but I did. It didn't do as well as I thought. So what? Tomorrow's a new freaking day. Crush your next post. And not every post is going to be awesome, even if you have high hopes that it will. I think I even text Ashley often. I'm like, damn, I really thought that one was going to go better. I thought that one was going to be the one that goes viral. There's no going viral anymore, you guys. So it's not a big deal. So just think of it as if I could like pay it forward to one person with this post, then this post was gold. It's quality over quantity. Do something every day that makes you uncomfortable on social media. Lydia went live today. That was freaking awesome. And I know that she was probably so uncomfortable and so scared to go live on her Instagram, but she did it. Go live in our boot camps to practice. Go live in our team page if you listen to a PD. Like, do something that's going to help you practice becoming more confident on social as a whole. It doesn't just have to be on Instagram. So, just practice, practice, practice. Build that confidence. Okay. And finally, you guys, I can't stress this enough. Your brand is you, your name. You are your brand. You need to become memorable and make that difference. You're not me. You're not, Emily Favre, Ashley Feld-Dyson, or whatever kind of coach, whoever you look up to. You're not them. And that's awesome. That is awesome that you are not them, because they will reach their people and you will reach your people that they can't reach. People need you. And only you. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be your upline. You can use it for inspiration, but be your own person. Quality over quantity. And I heard this saying, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's like, you have this, and I think I probably said this in another team call. You're having this dinner party and you've got, your 10 people around your table. And instead of sitting down and pouring into those people that you already have at your dinner table and having this amazing dinner and conversations and memories, you're walking up and down your street, banging on doors, shouting, hey, come over for dinner. Come on over. And all the people are sitting at your table like, what the F? Like, I'm here. I want you to think about that, like with your followers. You might only have 200 followers. Great. You have 200 people to connect with. Invite them this month. They're not all going to say yes, but next month you might have 250 followers. You're going to invite all those 200 plus your new 50. Okay. Keep inviting the people that you have at your dinner table. You don't need to get caught up in the numbers. This social media thing does not have to be perfect at all. Don't be afraid to just make the post. Don't be afraid to show your face. Don't be afraid to show your workout, even if your house is messy. Don't be afraid at all. One of my best pictures from it was last year or a year and a half ago, I had done a workout in the living room. I was sweaty. John was sitting on the couch eating dinner. There was a pile of unfolded laundry behind him. And I took a selfie like, this is my reality. It got so much engagement because it was real. It was so real. So as much as I'm saying, you've got to have, quality pictures and quality posts, still keep it real. Still keep it you. Still keep it authentic to you. And no one's paying as close of attention as you are. So don't get caught up in thinking oh, well, what about, this pimple on my forehead and I can't get it to blur out and I'm just not going to post today. Post it. I bet you 90% of the people aren't even going to notice that you have a pimple on your head. It's not a big deal. Experiment. Try out different filters. Try out different things. Try out, engaging with your audience more with the poll feature, with the question feature, with the little slidey feature. There's so many features. Experiment. Have fun with it. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Have so much fun with this business, because then if you are showing up on social media and you've pushed past all those limiting beliefs, it's going to make inviting so much easier. And I'm so happy that last night's call with Run Wild, Hustle and Shine was all about inviting, but you can't invite to this opportunity if you're not showing up on social media. So that's why I really wanted to hit home today, social media and everything that goes with it, so that you can feel confident then moving forward to the inviting process. All right, that's my spiel. I'm going to check the chat. You guys can unmute yourself and say whatever you want to say, ask whatever you want to ask. Oh, Andrea, I'm sorry.
Hey. Yeah. Sorry, I look like a ghost.
Oh, you're fine. No, I saw that I was breaking up for you. All right, you guys, any questions? Thoughts? Any takeaways that you feel like, yeah, I'm going to go out there on social media and do this? There was a good call in, I'm going to find it. It's either the Transform 20 group with Shaun T, or it's a Beachbody Champions page. Danielle Natoni gave 20 action steps to crush the month of February. And her number one was go live every single day on Instagram about something. I'm like, holy crap, that's scary. So, and then I saw Lydia go live. I'm like, oh, I should start going live more. So she gave a ton of very cool action steps to do. So that's a really good one to watch. Oh, you guys, I didn't blab. I stuck to my notes. Yay. All right, I'm going to stop recording.